Hey y'all, welcome to the That's Unique podcast, a safe place to embrace individuality, a place where we can keep it all the way real, answer emails, DMs, tweets, whatever. I'm your girl Unique. Let's get started. Alright, so today I want to talk about the show Courtship on NBC. This is the first season of this show, and it is a dating show, and it's a little different format. It's a period piece. More like a Bridgerton type dating show, and I'm talking about episode 10. I haven't talked about any of the previous episodes because they were cute, but nothing too crazy. I think because we're getting closer to the end, it's getting a little wild, and I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, so it's a modern dating show, but it's a period piece placed in the Regency era. So they're dating as if they're in the Regency era. Yes, there are a few crazy things that would never go down in the Regency era, but those are the 2022 twists. So you have Nicole Remy, which is the heroine, and she is the one who is looking for her mate, her match. So it's like The Bachelorette with a little more class. Anyway, people there helping her pick are her family, her sister, her best friend, and her parents, mother and father. Her brother shows up for a couple episodes, and then he ends up leaving in this episode 10 that I'm talking about because his wife is at home pregnant and he has to go back home for the birth of his child. He doesn't want to miss that. Great. I also just want to say their family is so cute. They're loving. They care about each other so much. It's honestly a very positive thing to see on TV. Love it. My only critique is I wish they were more honest with their opinions with Nicole, because I feel like they hold back and do not tell her what everybody else is observing. And that's a little sad because she said she came on this show to find love. She wants a proposal. She wants marriage. The type of person she wants is someone with a career. She wants someone she can build a home with. She wants commitment, stability, structure, children, marriage, okay? So remember that. Anyway, the people left, or the men that are left, are Lincoln Chapman, Christian Combe, Daniel Bocchini, Mr. Boccinini, I can't even remember his name right. We're just gonna call him Danny, Miles Nazir, and Jesse, Mr. Judge. So those 5 guys are left right now. In this episode, Nazir ends up getting eliminated. He was an attractive guy, could speak multiple languages, was from England, On paper, great, but he lives a lifestyle that she could not kind of relate to, so that made it hard. Or I can't say relate. They just live on opposite ends of the world and they don't know how they would be able to make the relationship work. They spoke it out. That was pretty much the conclusion. So I kind of knew what was going to happen at the end of this episode already. So when the episode starts, the Daily Tea Society papers come out. And to sum it all up, they say that in this episode, they're going to have a pleasure garden, which is dancing, carousel, fire breathing, tea leaf reading. Sounded interesting. I couldn't wait to see it. I knew it was going to be something cute. I'm not going to give you all the details of the episode because it's an hour-long episode. A lot of things happened. I just want to talk about the things that I observed and are driving me absolutely crazy. Okay, so we're going to talk about the tea leaves. That was the part that I was most interested in because I wanted to know what this sidekick was going to say about each one of these men. So the first one, Mr. Judge. Mr. Judge, I personally like. He is down to earth, very serious, seems like he really wants to be in a relationship, get married, have kids. Good, checks off all the boxes. For her, I feel like she wants a little more fun, so he might not be the guy, but if she wanted someone who's going to be committed and serious, he's the one. I pick him. Anyway, during the tea leaves reading, the psychic says that Jesse is a really good catch and sees wedding bells. That was what came out of his cup. The next tea leaf reading was Nazir. The psychic says his cup is empty. That means he really wants to be in a relationship, has a lot of love in his heart to give, and is really ready to give it. She would like to see the two of them dating. So again, another positive thing. Mr. Bocchini. There is much more to find out about Danny. He needs to open up his heart and forget about the past, to trust and to tell Nicole how he feels. Not everyone can read minds. You have to tell her. That was something we kind of all knew going on, but it's nice that the psychic knew it as well. He's kind of holding back, but you can see that he cares about her. I personally don't think he's ready for marriage. He said it early on in the episode, but to kind of make himself seem more serious, he has told Nicole he's ready for marriage. I think maybe not right away. They date and then he'd propose, but not right after the show. Mr. Chapman, the guy that I'm not really fond of, because he has stated his feelings in the last episode that he wasn't really ready for this commitment, and then he came back at the end of the episode and was like, but I want to try. I really think I'm falling in love with you, blah, 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 which is not true, because in this episode, he keeps referring to Nicole as being in love with him, but he's in lust with her. He's not in love with her. He keeps saying it. And for me, that makes me feel like, I don't know, like, is he making fun of her? Is he belittling her because she loves me and I don't love her? Like, she's here for love. So she's making this connection with you and you're not connecting with her, which is crazy. Like, why are you here still? Then leave. And another point, he lives on the road. He lives in a van. He's constantly driving around the US. He doesn't live anywhere specific. So for her to think he's ready to settle down and have kids, he's not. So she would be compromising or even giving up all her entire list that she said she came to the show for. So it's very weird that she's like, we're connected. I have a connection. Ooh, love, love, love. Like, what are you talking about, girl? Anyway, tea leaf reading. So the psychic says she's being shown half a heart and there's only half of what it is that you need. Attraction, intellectual level, yes, that's there, but there is something missing. Yeah, his love for you, Nicole. But Nicole thinks, oh, he's missing the other half of heart, my heart, and together we make a whole one. She said something along those lines. I'm like, girl, please, 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 please listen to the words that are coming out of his mouth. You're completely ignoring the fact that he said, I can't. He literally almost left the show the last episode, but she's like, love, love, love. Oh my gosh. I like the fact that she's open to this, but it's very frustrating that she's not seeing the signs. And she was actually told by one of the other men that he has spoken to them about not being committed, which means he's had this conversation. How did he just go from yes, I'm all in, to no, and then back to yes? Like, okay, crazy. Anyway, I also think that the psychic saw that she's so into him, so she kind of tried to fix up what she was saying by saying, oh yeah, she sees half a heart and that means there's more to build on. If we were to set you free now, the relationship would build and grow. I just feel like she said that part to appease Nicole, because all the other guys seem fit and he does not seem fit, and she could see by the body language because they were very close and kind of he had his hand on her leg and whatnot, so just to make her feel good. But it's poo. It's absolute poo. Chapman goes off and tells his truth to the cameras. Okay, he says she loves me and I'm not there yet, right after the tea leaf reading, when she's in her own confessional, saying this is great, this is love, can't wait, moving forward. She really likes this guy Lincoln, and it's just a lot, and it's sad and it's scary all at the same time. Like, where is her family? Please tell her something. Okay, and the last one was Mr. Combs, and I actually like him. He is funny. He seems like he would be kind of exciting, kind of what she's looking for, like not too serious, but a good husband and father. So the tea leaf reading for him says, on paper, the two don't really match, but that doesn't matter because Mr. Combs would really make Nicole laugh, and that's something that others have tried to do but don't. Laughter is the key to love, and they need to keep that going. So, a very good point. Very good point. Not boring, not sad, not too serious. Going back to Mr. Bacchicchio, whatever, I feel like because he's so New York and so honest and so blunt with everything, they would bump heads. I don't see them together at all. And she's also attracted to him, and relationship wise, they keep kissing and stuff like that, so you can see like she feels a connection with him, but I don't think they would be good together. I feel like that is a war getting ready to happen, because yes, you're in a nice scenario here, you don't really have arguments, you don't have problems, but in the real world, they wouldn't mesh. She had a scene where she went on a date with Jesse. Yes, Mr. Judge, and it was cute. They got to finally talk about some things in a one-on-one situation, and she actually told him why her and her ex didn't work, and it was because he moved and did not ask her to come or to continue the relationship long distance. And when she said that, I was like, in my mind, were you guys really in a relationship? Because if you guys were in love, she says they were in love, why didn't he say any of these things? I'm hoping this is not a pattern where she likes people or men that do not like her. Like, she is too cute and too smart for this. Like, you know how people can be book smart and not be common sense smart? That's what she's giving, and it's not cool. Not cool at all. In another scene after that, Mr. Chapman, Combs, and Pukikio are in the gentleman quarters, and they're having conversations about future. And Mr. Combs and Mr. Mikikio are talking about their amazing lives they would have with Nicole in the real world, like outside. So, you know, oh, when she's my wife and our anniversary and we would go to basketball games, whatever. They're actually talking about possible future with this lady. Mr. Chapman. Ooh, Lord. Mr. Chapman says the relationship would be casual, where they don't live together and they only see each other periodically, and they do not communicate every day. He wants a lot of space in the relationship to keep the spark alive. This is Lincoln, Mr. Chapman, the one she is picking as number one, like is number one in her book. He does not want to see you every day. He doesn't want to talk to you every day. He doesn't want to communicate with you every day. He only wants to see you here and there. He probably don't even want you in his van, girl. Like, will they show this girl these confessionals before she makes her final choice? Like, I hope so, because he's saying it just to everybody else except her, that he is not in love with her. And when he sees her, he's like, oh, yes, I'm falling. And it's gross. Like, I don't like him. Just be honest. Just say, tell your truth, sir. Like, what are we doing? I don't know why he's on this show where marriage is supposed to be the end result and you're playing games. Okay, so Mr. Nazir was sent home, like I said early on, but it seems that they will remain friends because it was very lighthearted and a positive send-off. With most of the other guys, it was very emotional, or the guy said something crazy while he was walking away. But with Mr. Nazir, he walked off, said bye to the guys, bye to the family, and it was very sweet. It was really nice. So this is the part that made me have to say something to you guys and talk about it. So at the end of the episode, Mr. Chapman, Mr. Lincoln Chapman, sneaks into Nicole's room. So he goes into her room, and obviously she's happy to see him because she likes him, and he says he wants more time with her. It's just like, my stress levels are just like, I can't. And then Nicole, in her confessional, in that little moment there, she says they are complete opposites, but they can't fight their once in a lifetime connection. And I'm dying listening to this girl because she's the only one with this connection. Like, where's this connection? And I wish she would just open her eyes. And honestly, if he truly was trying to work on the connection, they should not be seeing each other after hours or anything like that. They should really be having more and more conversation. Anyway, they talk for a little bit. They start kissing, they get in the bed, sheets overhead, scene ends, episode ends, and I'm hot. Like, bro, what? I can't believe she did this again. I can't believe she did this again. Even after this guy was like, I'm not sure. Hun, you're trying to get married. You're trying to have kids. You're trying to live a structured life. None of that. You're getting none of that with him. None of that. Anyway, I want to know your opinions below. Let me know. If you've watched this, let me know how you felt about episode 10. Even if you haven't watched it, from what I said in this video, let me know your opinion. All right. Thanks. Bye.